Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? This is Rees, or Brushhead Cub, and as we can see, we are still stranded on the moon as we were in the last episode, but I've decided to not let it get me down. We're going to do our best to survive here, and even if that does seem a bit impossible, we're going to try anyway. We're going to try to hopefully find some resources here that we can use to get back home. If not, I'm not above cheating. I just rather not, you know, if it can be avoided. So the first thing we need to do is set ourselves up a base. I think we might as well use this house here because we've already partially destroyed it, although we did already add a door to that house. However, the native lunars seem to think that they live there. So we're going to go ahead and add a roof back to this joint. There we go. Perfect. And then we're going to see if we can get energy flowing because we need energy if we're going to survive around here for any amount of time. So we've got our Energy Tesseract. Go ahead and throw that down. Might as well throw it down right here, I guess. And we need to get it hooked up on overland power, whatever it is. This needs to be on receive only, and let's see if we're actually getting any power. So we've got our conduits. And we've got our energy cell here. We want power to come out and go in, so let's grab our wrench. And we are getting somewhere. Slowly, looks like we're getting somewhere. Does it look like we're getting anywhere to you? Huh. Looks like it's kind of stuck right there. Did I mess this thing up? Oh yeah, there we go. Now it's working. And it's actually filling up pretty quick, so that seems to be effective. Okay. And I need to set up our... We need to set up our stuff here. We need to get our oxygen stuff going. That's a good place to start. So I have some oxygen collectors here. And they need to be powered, actually. So let's go ahead and just... We'll throw one right here, and we'll throw one right here. That seems pretty good. And we need to get energy to them. I don't really have that many conduits. So maybe what we should do is... And I'm going to hate to do this, having already set all this up and having already, you know, have power fly to us. We're going to have to break all this and try to set it up as close to this side of the room as we can. Let's just leave that like it is. Set this up right here. And then we'll temporarily destroy the side of the house here. Don't really need to destroy that part, just these parts over here. And we'll run energy like that. And then we'll blow a hole in this wall. We'll have it come out. Don't really remember what the front of the building's supposed to look like. It tells me that's not right, though. There we go. Looks like we'll have enough 10 blocks to get over here, though. Or not 10 blocks. It's just I'm tired, can you tell? So energy conduits will go into here. We might as well run the power in through the bottom. There we go. This is going to get a bit annoying. I wonder if I can just take the boots off and go with jetpack power. No, that's still too much. Can we take off that and just go with boots only? Actually, let's take both of those things off, and it's not quite as bad. I think we can handle that a little bit better. I realize that under the current circumstances, style, form doesn't really matter so much as a function, but I don't like the audience. Okay, there we go, and then this needs to be putting out. Alright, it already is, so these should already have power. And they do! Great, and they're active, and they've each... Well, that one's got 37% oxygen, this one's got 40. Now we need to get some oxygen pipes. I think they hook into these sides, yeah. Then we'll have that run back into the house. Oh, goodness gracious, what is this? What is going on here? There's just a hole in the floor. How does that make any sense? I need to fix that. There we go. Alright, and then the oxygen is going to come in from where? Let's break a hole in out here. Let's run this over here, and let's go ahead and throw down the bubble distributor right here in the middle. I can figure out where the middle is, right here, and then that's going to line up. So right here is the middle. Okay, we want oxygen to go into there. I don't think it matters. Actually, I think it probably does matter where the oxygen plugs in at. But let's see if we can put it in from the top. And if that doesn't work, we'll put it in from someplace else. Yeah, it's not going to happen. So it'll attach in over here, though. Not enough oxygen. Can we make it plug in over here? No, no, no. Maybe it needs power as well. Of course it does need power, but I'm thinking maybe it needs power in order to function at all. So let's, out of this thing, we'll run our power over. Just plug it directly in. Let's make sure that is outputting. Whoa, goodness. There we go, people. We have a oxygen bubble. And it's actually fairly big. It seems to be encompassing the entire house. So I think we should be able to take off our helmet. Yeah. And we can breathe in here, and we don't have to worry about running out of oxygen so long as we're in this house. But as soon as we go outside, of course, yeah, it's not gonna work. So we'll go ahead and leave this. This isn't the prettiest setup I could have come up with, I guess, but it sort of gets the job done. Now, we could have used an oxygen sealer and tried to build in a sealed-in area, but like I said a couple videos back, those are really buggy right now. The whole mod is in alpha, so this will sort of get the job done for the time being. I also brought a couple of machines down here. I brought a powered furnace and a pulverizer because I thought it would be interesting to see what kind of ores we had around here, if any. That's a lot of inputs for that machine. But yeah, furnace and pulverizer, so we've got those. And then I also brought a quarry, although I'm not sure where I'm supposed to set that up. Unless I set it up right here, because I'm sort of running low on the conduits. I didn't make quite enough of those. I only have 5 left. I bet I could figure out a better way to run all this, though, and use less of these conduits. Alright, well, the loons might not appreciate this, but under the circumstances, this is as far as I'm going to get a quarry. Right out here. Oops. Oopsie. Flight control seems to help a little bit. So let's go ahead and set up the quarry. Right there. And it is already going to town, so we need somewhere to put all that stuff that it's collecting, though, which means... Oh, goodness. You guys are starting to get a little bit freaky. Y'all need to go to y'all's little house over there that I set up for you last time. Let's throw down one of our crafting benches. And really quick, let's build another chest. I already have one in my inventory, but I wanted to use it for something else later, and goodness gracious, these guys are way too interested in what I'm doing. Okay. Let's throw that down, and that should collect all the items as they come out of the quarry, which is running very fast. I don't think we need to have this much power output. Yeah, let's turn down the maximum output a bit. And also, we need to make sure that we don't run out of leaves on the trees over here, because that will happen. And when that happens, or I know that if you put down leaves from earth, they'll decay. I'm not sure if that happens with trees, though. I don't know if trees will keep leaves replenished or not, because eventually, if they all run away, this thing will not get any more oxygen. And wow, that is digging fast. I know that there's ores on the moon, because we spotted some last time we were here, but I'm not sure what kind we've got to work with. And I guess I need to go ahead and put down a double chest, because this is going to fill up very quick, moving at this speed. Good grief. Alright, now I don't know what the odds are of finding all the ores that we need to get home, but hopefully we will find something useful.